Hello, welcome to another session of Learn with Veer Sagar. Our Honorable Prime Minister declared 16th of January as the Day of the Entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs are the backbone of our country's growth. We may not be recognized as such, but they are, because over 80% of the working force are entrepreneurs, self-employed. There's a difference in entrepreneurship definition, right? And my definition is anybody who's working for himself, right? Is an entrepreneur. So he's a job giver and not a job taker. Entrepreneurship are again of three types. Some are born into entrepreneurship family, and some achieve entrepreneurship by virtue of whatever they do, set up companies, set up processes, and some like me are thrust into entrepreneurship because I do not have the first requirement of being an entrepreneur: cash, risk-taking ability, etc. All I had was an idea which I thought would be good, and I assumed there is a market for it. At that time, there was no proof. Luckily, I tested out on a customer who liked the idea. So I had an idea and I had a customer who was prepared to buy that idea and pay for that idea and nothing else. And that made me become an entrepreneur. Luckily, at that point, since I had not been to any MBA college, etc., I did not know what are the good rules for being an entrepreneur. Lately, I read an article about being an entrepreneur which says that you must have a unique idea, right? Then you must find business model. You must have a good team. You must have strategic board, and you must have capital. Except for a unique idea, I had nothing. Right? No board, no capital, nothing. All I had was the determination to succeed. There was no team at that time. Team got formed later on. Initially with my family and people who worked with me in DCM, and later on, of course, we created an excellent working team. So for entrepreneurship, all you need is to find a gap. And can you meet that requirement in that gap? And if there is this gap and there's somebody who wants that services, can you provide it better than anybody else in case that gap can be filled by someone else? So you have to think, who is going to use my services and why? Why will that person pay for me? That is an important thing. Once you've got that, a lot of times you become an entrepreneur because of just survival. You're not doing this because you got a great idea. Nowadays, of course, everybody wants to become a startup so that they can make a lot of money, right? But some of us, or actually most of us, become entrepreneurs to survive. We don't have a job, so we need to somehow feed ourselves and our family. And I give an example that the panwala who's selling pan in front of an IIT, selling pans and cigarettes at the IIT gate or the MDI gate, has no unique idea. He neither invented pans, nor he designed the cigarettes, not even the kiosk in which he sells. But he found a gap that here are students who after dinner would walk out and would want to smoke, would want to eat a pan. And if I am there at their gate, then I am their supplier. And then if I can give them better pan than anybody else, carry a wider range of cigarettes, maybe I have a better chance of survival. So for becoming a customer, the most important thing is to find a gap in supply. And then say, can I meet that gap with some service, with some product which I can provide? And I can provide that efficiently, with better quality, and perhaps beat somebody else to it. Do not enter an area where you say, oh yeah, there is a gap, and if I can come in here, and if I am the cheapest, right, I will get. Never enter a market where the decision is on price. That's a mug scheme. Because you drop your price, the guy who is there or who's coming after you can drop it further. He may have bigger pockets than you have, and you could get wiped out. So don't. Look for a market. You need to have two things apart from that: a doggedness to succeed, a willpower not to be feared, and have the guts to last out. It's very tough to last out. And a lot of times there's no employees, no teams, you're yourself. Entrepreneurship is a very solitary, lonely journey. And you have to take that. And for that, all you need is guts, the desperation and a willpower, and to succeed. The confidence in yourself that I have it in me to be the best in the world, or the best in that area where I'm going to compete. And believe me, once you're doing that, it's a very enjoyable journey. It's a lonely journey, very enjoyable journey, and a journey on which you pick up friends as you go along, because as you grow, you build a customer base and you build an employee base, and you build a base of suppliers to you. Money comes, as long as not too greedy. And the important thing to do there at this point is monitor your cash flow. As an entrepreneur, forget the top line. Every day when you pack up, you must have more money coming into you than you are giving out. If you don't, and you're going home with a negative, then you're going to run into trouble sooner or another, because the negatives have the tendency to add up. So, in short, or in conclusion, to be an entrepreneur, you need an idea and a gap which can meet this idea. And you should be able to fill that gap better than anybody else. You should have the ability to hang out, the ability to be tough, to work hard, work alone, work long hours, right? And have a determination and a willpower to succeed. And watch your cash. Believe me, if you're positive every day, you will succeed as an entrepreneur. If not, you're going to have a major problem, because no one will give you money. Irrespective of what you hear, entrepreneurs, small entrepreneurs, do not get funding. You have to find ways of generating your own cash by being smart. With that, it's Veer Sagar saying thank you very much till we meet again next time.